Hello, today we're going to be counting down my picks for the top 10 Doctor Who episodes. Now this is my opinion, this is up to me. You can leave yours in the comments if you really want to, and without further ado, we'll get into it. At number 10 we have Smith and Jones. This is a really fun story which introduces my favourite monster, the Jadoon. I love how the story plays out with the Jadoon as more of a neutral threat than an antagonistic villain. Normally the antagonist is just evil, but in this episode the Jadoon are trying to help. Also the episode is very funny, and I love the scene where the Doctor gets his blood sucked out by the main villain, so the Jadoon identify her as the criminal. Overall it's a great episode with a clever plot and I loved it. At number 9 we have Heaven Sent. In this episode the Doctor is alone and has to come to grips that Clara is dead. I love the twist and how the Doctor is actually in the confession dial, and it proves how stubborn the Doctor actually is, because he didn't give the information the Time Lords wanted. In the end the Doctor breaks the diamond and proves he is not the person to mess with. At number 8 we have Face the Raven. I love this hidden street they're in, but the main reason I love this one is because it's very emotional. I hate to admit it, but I got very upset when Clara died. It just has to be a great story and a great character to make me so emotionally invested in it. And you gotta give credit to the writer. Put your name on the screen, brilliant job, made me At number 7 we have The Angels Take Manhattan. For the same reason I love Face the Raven, this one also made me very upset, and the musical score was perfect. Murray Gold really outdid himself and deserves a lot of credit. I'm very happy the Ponds got to live their lives together, but the episode was still heartbreaking in the graveyard. Brilliant story, brilliant acting, I love this episode. At number 6 we have Twice Upon a Time. This episode is a multi-Doctor story with yet another beautiful ending. It highlights an amazing moment on Christmas Day where the soldiers put down their weapons and stopped. Capaldi said his final words and probably his best speech, and then built up the courage to regenerate. Brilliant episode. At number 5 we have a two-parter, Poison Sky and the Sontaran Strategist. These episodes were very exciting to watch, and at the end of the first part I was scared for Wilfred's life. I loved the episode, and it was a shame we did not get to see more of Ross, the Doctor's companion for the episode. The Doctor and Ross were a great duo, and I really appreciate the fight between UNIT and the Sontarans. At number 4 we have The 11th Hour. I have a soft spot for The 11th Hour, as it was the first time I got to see a regeneration, and as soon as the Doctor said his speech, I knew his time in the TARDIS was going to be great. I love the episode because it's so exciting to watch, and it's a really fresh take on Doctor Who. The 11th Hour is probably the one I'm most nostalgic for, and it was amazing, and I love it. Great job. At number 3 we have another two-parter, Human Nature and the Family of Blood. I haven't watched these episodes before until last week, and I was blown away because of how good it was. Baines was a great villain that complemented the perfect story. I may do an entire video on this episode, but to keep it short, I will just say this episode was a masterpiece, and it just had another beautiful ending, and the fight between the school and the scarecrows was brilliant. I was on the edge of my seat. At number 2 we have Time of the Doctor. Matt Smith's first and last episode made it on this list, and it just goes to show how good he was. The Doctor's character really shines in the episode, and it shows he will go to the extreme to keep people safe. Him teaming up with the Silence always gives me chills, and his speech at the end was amazing. When Amy made an appearance, well, And at number 1, we have The Timeless Child. What a masterpiece from Christopher Chibnall. To no one's surprise, the real number 1 is not The Timeless Child, but it is Day of the Doctor. I feel bad for anyone who hasn't seen this episode. It's not even an episode, this was an event. Seeing 3 Doctors in one room was so much fun, and I'm looking forward to the 60th anniversary. When all the Time Lords freeze Gallifrey in time, I got chills, and the excitement of introducing the 12th Doctor like that was genius. This was not an episode, this was an event.